If you've seen all the cool new features available on the Insta360 One R app, you'll be super pleased to know that for a lot of these features, you can also use Insta360 One X footage and get the same effects. And that's amazing. But why would Insta360 let people who own a camera that is a generation older use features associated with their new camera? Isn't that just shooting themselves in the foot? I mean, why would people buy a One R if they can just get the effects using the One R app and a One X camera that they already own? Stay tuned and I'll explain why I think Insta360 is allowing Insta360 One X users to make great videos using their new features on their One R app, and why I think it's a very, very smart move. And make sure you watch through to the end for all the reasons why I think this is great marketing. Hi, my name's Saab Johal and thanks for joining me on my channel showcasing light and easy mobile video making and gear. If you enjoy this video and get some value from it, please give it a like, drop me a comment below, and consider subscribing. Cheers. If we want to try to make sense of why Insta360 is allowing access to the One R app for One X users, let's think about why IT hardware firms are shifting to software-based revenue models to see if that offers us any clues. Now, most of these firms like IBM and Oracle have made or are making the leap from a hardware-based business to one based on software sales, services, licensing, and subscriptions. And it looks like companies make an average of 11% more income after making the switch. So, what kind of models are available? Let's take Spotify as my first example. This is a device-enabled experience. The customer buys your product and then pays additional fees to get a better experience. With Spotify, you pay so you don't have to listen to the ads, as well as other benefits. Our second model is where a company which effectively leases you a device or charges a very low upfront cost, then charges you a recurring fee to use it. Think about those cheap coffee machines that use coffee pods. Essentially, every time you buy a coffee pod, you're paying back a subsidy that helps you buy the cheap coffee machine in the first place. A third model is a device-enabled ecosystem where you make money from selling the device, but you mainly make your money from others developing on your platform. So this is kind of what Oculus Rift do, selling third parties the rights to develop on their platform. Now that's all great, Saab, but I don't see anything that relates to what Insta360 might be doing yet. Okay, now we've ruled those out. Here's one pathway they might be following. This is effectively a device-enabled subscription model. This is where a company sells their connected device, but their main source of revenue comes from consumables or replaceable elements sold. Okay, think about printers here, where the initial outlay is cheap, but you have to get printing ink and paper, and the printer company can cripple the printer such that you can only use their consumables. Now, Insta360 might be marking the entry point into a system whereby you buy the basic components and then can buy add-ons at a higher profit margin. For example, the 1-inch camera that will be available soon that fits into the One R system. And then you've established a loyal base of users and you have a base system that can be added to. Okay, great. We can see why Insta360 might be on that path. But what does that have to do with them making their new software features available to legacy users like One X? Let's think about Apple here for a second. When they develop a new iOS, they don't make it just available for the newest devices. They make the new features available to older devices too, up to a point. And the experience can be so different for those people who have a phone that might be 2 or 3 generations old. It can be like having a totally new and fresh phone. So here's the thing. That totally new and fresh experience does two things. First, it binds you to the brand. The fact that you can now do stuff on your device that you couldn't do before means that you're much more likely to stay on board with the brand, even if you were thinking about jumping ship. Now, secondly, you might also notice that not all the features might be available to older devices. So this gives you a reason, a tantalizing reason to upgrade your device. You want to be able to do all the things, but you can't on your current device, so you want to upgrade. But maybe you don't want to do that just yet. You might want to wait until the next generation is released. So you can see that by making the One R features available to One X users, two things are achieved. Firstly, it increases brand loyalty and keeps people in the Insta360 ecosystem. And second, it starts to stoke up consumer demand to upgrade to the best device available within that ecosystem. Does this make sense to you? Because I think it does. And here's why. When the Insta360 Go was released, I made a video about how you could use the Flashcut AI and Stories features in the Insta360 Go app to use your own photos taken by your phone or another device. But it also kind of made you wonder whether you might get even better results if you use the device the app was originally made for. So that curiosity's something. But wait, here's another reason. Have you noticed how many 360 cameras have recently come to market or are about to come to market, from GoPro, Candle, Tech-E, LabPano, as well as the Insta360 suite of cameras? Well, just like GoPro, Insta360 is a software company in disguise, like I said in my video up here. In fact, the modern hardware business in any genre of device is a Trojan horse for software. The majority of the company's focus is on the digital aspects of their product and business. Hardware is just the enabler. You'll find that these companies nearly all have more software engineers than hardware engineers. And I think this also recognizes that apart from design, form factor, and aesthetics, you can't really protect your device from being easily copied. From a hardware point of view, there's nothing to stop another company coming along and blowing your hardware out of the water from a specs perspective. And this is why comparisons between specs of devices really don't make all that much sense. Within each generation of products, they're pretty much more similar than they are different. And until another generational leap is achieved, it remains that way. And even when it does, the others catch up pretty quickly. It's the software that makes the difference. It's the workflow. And that's why my channel is all about light and easy mobile video making and gear. And that's why keeping people in the brand ecosystem and stopping them jumping off into another ecosystem is really the game here. No one wants to learn how to do things using another system, not unless you're really unhappy about what your experience is like, or you think the experience is going to be significantly better in another brand ecosystem. That's why the Insta360 One R is open to One X users. It's saying, use this excellent software, use these great new features, and when you're ready, stay with us and buy a new product from us too, because we did this for you, for free. So I bet you really like us now, eh? Why on earth would you buy anything else when we treat you so well? What do you think? I'd love to read your comments and talk about this in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more videos and click notifications so you know when I've posted more. Cheers and go well.